Welcome to the Daddy Murr and Nina Show. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hi, Nina. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
So what's going on? Anything new?
No, not much.
Not much.
Trying to stay in my lane.
Stay in your lane?
Staying in my lane. That's
Huh.
right. You stay out of trouble that way.
I think you're driving bumper cars. But anyway. We are going to... sorry, folks. I'm looking for something. We're going to have a great show tonight, everybody. We're going to play some of our favorite people that we've interviewed so far.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about them and play some of their songs. And
we've had some great interviews.
so kind of like a Daddy Murr and Nina recap show, like a mid-season show, I think. What do you think?
That sounds good to me.
So we're going to title it Mid-Season Show.
Yeah.
All right. Yay. Now, if you're listening, about 25 minutes after, what time is it now? It's 5:03. So if you're listening about 25 minutes after 5:03, you will hear a gong sound. Gong. If you like, you can call in through Skype. Our Skype, just go to Skype and go STL Hits. It's STLHITS, and it'll pull up, and we can connect that way. So, and I'd like to welcome everybody else to STL Hits Radio.
Yes, this is the Daddy Murr and Nina Show, and you can find us on twitter.com/STL Hits Radio, Facebook at STL Hits, Instagram at the Daddy Murr and Nina Show. And you can hear our podcasts all over the place. We're on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, and many others. Just go to our STLHits.com radio page, and we have a whole bunch of buttons for you to click on wherever you need to go to listen to our show.
Absolutely. And if you want your own show, contact us at submit@stlhits.com. Tell us your show idea, your talk show idea. Yeah, because we're looking for talk shows.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking for shows like science fiction shows, maybe.
Something fun, interactive, uplifting.
Yeah, I mean, because the station plays music 24/7, so we're mostly interested right now in talk shows and interactive shows and stuff like that. If you like to connect with your audience, that's fantastic, because we have the chat room, and you can do that on every week.
Right, even if you wanted to take your show out on the road and go to different bars and stuff like that you want to talk to people or, interview people, that would be fantastic.
Right, and something else we also added to our website, stlhits.com. You can go to the front, or you can go to any page on stlhits.com, and up in the top right-hand corner is a nice little PayPal donate button. Now, if you decide to donate, you could do a monthly subscription type donation, or just a one-time donation, and it helps. It's going to help pay for the licensing fees for the station, and
for us to keep everything running
and get new equipment, help build the studio up a little bit better, and also it'll also go toward the because we're moving in toward the TV side. Hopefully within this year, we will be doing the TV, 3 different channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick, I believe. We're pounding out those details, but that's what that money's going to, is to help grow the station.
Right.
Bring you more valuable entertainment.
Right, and we're all about connection and communicating with our people out there, and just listening to good music and getting to know artists. So if you yourself are an artist, make sure you submit.
Yeah, we want real people for these talk shows.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can watch the news and get plastic type people, talking about, hey, it's happy weather out here. It's snowing and 30 degrees. No, that's not happy weather, folks. Florida has happy weather, 70 degrees and sunny. That's my opinion.
I don't know. They have
won't-
alligators and
Yeah,
know,
but
and
they
stuff
don't
like
bother
that,
you.
so,
They don't
yeah.
bother you. Don't go in the swamps.
They bother me.
Don't go in the swamps.
They just bother me thinking about it.
The Indians used to live down there in the swamps. What's the name of that? What's the name of that tribe? Starts with an S. They planted
The
grapefruit trees.
stay the hell out of the swamps tribe? Is that?
Yeah,
is
it
that
might
the-
be. It might be.
Yeah. Stay the hell out of the swamps.
Either starts with an S or a C that sounds like an S.
I have
Can't
no
remember. But they planted. If you go in the swamps, it's kind of interesting because if you're going through the swamps and all of a sudden you come to this like little clearing in the middle of the swamp, and there's this big grapefruit tree, just growing there, because the Indians that are indigenous down there, they planted grapefruit trees all over the place, so that they would always have food no matter where they went.
That's very smart.
I thought it was too.
I like to have food wherever I go too.
And
So I relate.
as soon as Seminole Indian tribe, I knew I'd remember it because I wanted to say Samoan, and that's over there, by Hawaii or in Hawaii or
Don't ask
around
me
that area.
questions because I don't know the answers.
Well, that's where the Rock's from.
Sure.
He's Samoan,
He's Samoan.
so that's over by Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
one of those islands over there, right?
Yeah.
Geography lesson today, folks, and she's just not having it.
No.
All right,
My brain's not working. I know it doesn't normally work, but today I'm especially got my thoughts on many different things. I'm sure all of us do. Are you gonna start? We're gonna play a song from.
I think we're going to
Somebody-
play a song from one of our past guests, and she was a great guest,
Which one? Who was it?
Tatiana Owens.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I pronounced
That's
it
a
right,
boom,
Tatiana.
boom, boom.
Tatiana, if you're listening, I pronounced it right. Right?
Tatiana.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Or did I? No, I said Tatiana.
You said Tati.
So it's Tatiana.
Tatiana.
I'll get it right one of these days.
I don't think she cares. I don't think she'll mind.
Toddy. That's what she'd like to be called.
Uh-huh.
That's her nickname, Toddy.
Like a hot toddy?
Yep, like a hot toddy. Or a tater toddy. Hi, Stefan. Stefan's in the chat room. How you doing, buddy? We're getting ready to play Trigger by Tatiana Owens. Boom, boom.
I know. I love that song.
I know, it's a great
Gives me-
song, ain't it?
Rocking and a rolling.
We still got to watch it. Season 6, episode 6, I think she said, of Shameless, and just listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, that
listen
song
for it.
was featured on Shameless. It was on Ray Donovan.
Dynasty.
Yeah, many different.
Yeah, a whole lot of different things. We was very
shows.
honored to have her on as a guest. We going to all these people that we're playing today. We're going to be re-inviting them and hopefully have like a big mass group with them all calling in at the same time.
that's
Kind of,
that's kind of a hard.
kind
that's
of a reunion type thing.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
It might be.
It might be hard to pull off, but
Well, it's not that difficult. We just might be pulling our hair out a little bit. At least me with being behind the board and everything. So trigger warning. I like that GIF on there, Nina.
yeah, I love gifts.
And if you're listening to the show right now and you're not in the chat room, shame on you.
That's right.
You're missing the gifts.
Get in there.
Get in the chat room. Go to stlhits.com and join the chat room. And I just put that donate link in the chat room too.
I saw that.
It's above there on the right hand side of the main page.
Mm-hmm.
The donate link. And like I said, if you do donate, we might send you a free T-shirt.
Yeah, it goes to running the station and all the things that we need to keep this stuff going. So
Yeah, so the independent artists can be heard around the world.
absolutely.
That's our mission, to get all these independent artists, these great future bands, I guess.
Well, they're
heard.
already bands, but they want to be future rock stars.
Yeah, well, they want to be mainstream,
Yeah.
and I think we can help do that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And we have interviewed so many great people, so many interesting people, genres I've never heard of, and that I feel better for knowing of now. So there's a lot of good music that I put in my personal playlist that I like to jam out to.
Yeah, like what?
Oh my gosh! Well, Boom 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 was definitely one of them.
Yeah, this next one we're going to play is pretty awesome too.
Which one?
Golden.
Oh gosh, okay. So this lady, her name is Sun. and she goes by Sun.
Spelled just like the big ball of gas in the sky.
Yes, and she does brutal pop. And I tell you what, it gives you chills whenever you hear her. At least it gives me chills. And after speaking with her, what an awesome person. She's so diverse. She's into education and teaching her platform. You know, acting. She's an actor. And she's just fantastic. I know I sound like a fangirl, but I am. So...
Yeah, I'm a fan too. I mean, she's an awesome person. Got a great talent. She could play in a vampire movie, no problem whatsoever.
Oh my gosh!
I seen, we watched some of her videos on YouTube, and what I thought of was a modern day vampire movie. So
she looks very serious.
I think they ought to have a Mrs. Dracula movie, which I don't know if anybody's ever done.
It's the brutal part of brutal pop.
I like to call the grunge growl.
That's right.
Grunge growl with brutal pop. And here we're going to play it now. It's Golden by Sun. Sun with Golden. Man, that's an awesome song. Hold on. I think we got a caller. Is it Ade?
This is Ade, yeah.
It's Ade.
How you doing?
Your name's Adrian, right?
Adrian, yeah. My friends call me Ade, but yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, hi, Ade.
Some call me AD.
What? AD and D?
I don't mind either. I've been called worse.
Well, welcome to the Daddy Murr and Nina show. We're glad that you was able to
much.
make it. We got a couple of your songs here. Let me. Which one of your songs that you sent us is your favorite?
Oh, no, that's a very, very good question. I think probably It Can't Last Forever was quite special to me, but that was one I released about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Well,
You didn't send that one to us.
No, one of my recent favorites. My recent favorite is "Hang On to Your Love."
Well, Ade, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? And just to let everybody know who doesn't know, this is the Daddy Murr and Nina show. I'm Nina. And we are on stlhits.com. And we are interviewing Ade. What's your last name?
Wilding.
I knew that because you know what? I just had a little brain fart there. I've been the one who's been talking to you.
Her brain's a little scattered today.
It's just a little.
So
more than usual.
We're trying to shuffle it up and put it back together.
Right. So tell us about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm based in the valleys of South Wales in the UK. I'm getting on a bit. I'm a very sprightly 60, and I've been involved in music since about the age of 15. That was when I first started playing in a band. And I've been involved apart from a break of maybe the odd year and there where I had to work shifts for a while when I was in the steelworks. And I sort of gave the bands up for a while. Mm-hmm. And again, then when I got married, I gave it up for a while. And then, when you have children, you can't really sort of say to the wife, "Oh, well, there we go. You look after the kids. I'm off out with the band." So,
Right.
But yeah, I've been involved in music all since the age of 15, basically. But normally, I suppose I spent more time playing other people's music than I had my own, really. So it's always, I've always written songs. Like I think my first song I wrote probably when I was about 14, I think.
So what type of music did you play a lot of?
Well, I was brought up with the Beatles. That's the first musical memories I've got is the Beatles. I can remember my mother and father, as soon as they came on the television, they'd shout to me and I'd go running in. They bought me a little plastic guitar with the Beatles, transfers on there, and I used to pick that up and I'd go running into the room and be jumping about, you know. So yeah, massive Beatles fan. I was brought up with that, and then really through them, I sort of started looking back, you know, what their influences were. So I went back to, you know, the old blues greats, and, you know, the rock and rollers, and, you know, your Muddy Waters and Carl Perkins and all that sort of thing. So yeah, and from there I got into Clapton, Hendrix, Santana, all that sort of, you know, good sort of classics, 70s and 80s rock, really.
Awesome.
Yeah, but you know, I've got quite a wide taste in music, really. There's not much I don't listen to. Well, I love a bit of classical. I don't mind a bit of jazz. I've played in punk bands and indie bands and all sorts, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I've got quite a broad range of musical likes, really. So yeah, I mean, I've
We
always
both. I'm
wanted
sorry.
to record my own. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Keep on talking.
She's laughing because me and her almost said something at the same time, and we kind of looked at each other like, "What?"
Yeah. I do talk quite a bit once I get going.
That's what we like. We like to hear
yeah,
the
well-
information. So
As well, Charles, like that. And I don't know if I've got a bit of a twang to you, but some people when I talk a little bit too fast and they can't always understand me. So I'll try and slow myself down and not get too excited.
oh, I understand you perfectly. Do you?
Oh
That's
yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Right, great.
It doesn't look.
Yeah, well-
It doesn't sound like you've been to the pub or nothing.
No, I've been a good boy today. Yeah, I'm saving myself for the weekend. We've got rugby internationals on the weekend. We're playing our arch rivals, the English. So yeah, it's a big game for us on the weekend. So I'm saving myself for that.
There you go. Now I want to say hi to a few people in the chat room. Hello, Jimmy Starr. Dr. Jimmy Starr's in the chat room, along with Stefan Daniel Bell, me and Nina, and we're talking with Ade Winding.
Ade Wilding. It's going to get wild.
We're going to play one of Ade's songs here in a second. We're going to play the one that he said is probably one of his best favorites. Which one was that?
Hang on to your love.
Hang On to Your Love.
Yeah.
Did I? Okay, I'm.
Sorry.
That's weird.
He had other music up there, so now we have to switch it around a little bit. So just
Oh,
hang
well,
on for a
trouble.
moment. No.
No. Here's the weird part. What you sent to me is "Hang On to Your Love,"
yeah.
but when I put it in the system, it says
It says
"Better Late Than Never."
Yeah, that's probably because my new album, which is just out today, is actually called "Better Late Than Never."
Oh, I see. So the album and the title kind of
Yeah.
got confused.
It did. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but it did get confused. So
All
yeah.
right. Well, now I have all the information. Hang On to Your Love on the Better Late Than Never album by Ade Winding. Here we go. Welcome back, Ade, to the Daddy Marinina Show right here on STL Hits. How you doing?
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that.
That one was a good. That was a good feel song, kind of a bluesy.
A
note.
feel-good song, is that
Yeah,
what you meant?
feel good. That's what I said, isn't it?
But we understood it.
A good feel song. Feel good song. Good.
You
I'm a
know-
little dyslexic of the mouth today.
You know, I did say whenever I heard you singing before that it had a Eric Clapton kind of feel to it.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'd say he was quite a big influence in my earlier days. You know, when I was learning to play the guitar. That's before I found out what sort of a person he is. But you know, that's another thing. I won't go there. But yeah, he was a big influence on my guitar playing. But I suppose a bigger influence really was Peter Frampton. I absolutely loved Peter Frampton. I just wanted to be the guy when I was like sort of 16. You know, he was he had it all: the looks, the sound. You know, the fantastic guitarist. Yeah, so. You know, that's the sort of music I'd like playing. Really, is a bluesy, poppy, funky sort of stuff. You know.
Oh yeah, you can do a lot of different things by mixing all that stuff together. We talked to a lot of different artists that take inspiration from the older blues and folk music, and then they turn it into rock, and it just we had a Russian band on here not too long ago that did that. In Greenwich, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
they were very awesome. Check them out. They call it Greenwich.
Greenwich. All right.
Yeah, they're more of a heavy metal.
They're on Twitter.
Heavy metal.
I'll find them. Yeah, I will find them there.
Yeah, you'll really like them. If you like any kind of like the older metal
Actually, Ade, I think they might be following you because
That's
whenever
because
whenever we were doing our promotion this past week, I think they're following you now as well as Indifferent Monkey.
Right. See, this is what the Daddy Marinina show is all about. It's all about connection, no matter where you live at in the world. As a matter of fact, Ade, one of the biggest show hosts out there is in the chat room right now. His name's Dr. Jimmy Starr.
Actually, he just left.
And Jimmy Starr's PR. I'm messing it up.
Jimmy Starr PR. I think that's what it's called.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm following him as well. I'm not quite sure whether he's following me. I think he is.
It's called, I'm sorry, World Star PR. So if you need World Star PR. If you need any PR, get a hold of Jimmy Starr. Jimmy Starr for World Star PR.
Ooh, that rhymes. It's like Dr. Seuss.
It just flows right off the tongue.
Now, Ade, you said that you've played a lot of basically cover bands throughout your life, right? So how many records do you have out of your own?
Well, this is my second album I've just released, second solo album. I think there was 10 tracks on the first, or was it? No, there's 11 tracks on this one, on the latest one, and there was where are we? On the Ghost of My Past was my first album, and there was 12 tracks on there.
Okay.
I was in a sort of indie punk type band called Two Marks and a Frank for a while. So there is an album out on, I think it's still on Spotify actually. So I'm on. We only released one album. We called it The Greatest Hits as a bit of a laugh.
Right.
So yeah, that's a bit of an odd album, but that was released probably getting on for 8 years ago or more. But I also play in a prog rock band called GSG, or the Jeff Smith Group. I've been playing with them for about 5-6 years, but we're just a recording group. There's only sort of 4 of us really. We haven't got a drummer, and to take the kind of music we do out on the road, we'd need a real big crew, and it'd be hours and hours of practice that to actually get there. So we've stuck to just being a recording band. Plus, I mean, I'm getting on. I'm 60. The singer is 60, going on 70, and I think the bass player is in his 70s. We've got to keep on playing in his 20s. So yeah, it's best not to go live with that. Really, I think.
Well, it's awesome that you guys are still playing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And we've got 2 albums out with GSG, and we're just releasing our 3rd one now shortly. So, that's it's nice if you like, more Yes, Genesis, that type of thing. Then go and give a listen to GSG.
Oh yeah, I do like those bands. Now, whenever with the COVID, with the pandemic, everything's still going on. Are you guys able to play live a bit, or?
My covers band, I'm in a covers band still. We're just starting to go live again. Unfortunately, with the original music in my area, there's not really that much opportunity, and there's only sort of 3 venues in the local vicinity, and there's an enormous amount of bands around, so it is difficult, especially seeing as most of the venues try to cater for the younger element of the original music,
Right.
So yeah, it's difficult to take this out. So I think I'm going to be stuck with going to like open mics and things like that to for any live stuff.
We've been hearing this a lot, and this is all across. I mean, all the way from Russia to
Norway,
Germany and France and
Australia.
Everybody's
everybody.
been talking about how hard it is to get out there.
Yeah, it is. It is difficult, and I mean, I do feel a bit sorry for the the pubs. They've lost a lot of their custom obviously over the years, and especially with everything that's been going on. And I mean, myself, I was always out. Most weekends I'd either go, be out watching a band or playing in a band, or But since this COVID thing happened, it's a struggle to get out of the armchair. You just get so used to that sort of being in on the weekend watching the television or whatever you're doing, and it's a struggle to get up and get out there again. But
and that's so lovely. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's what's so lovely about this is that we can get together, we can have a conversation, you could talk to somebody halfway across the world, and do this connection, get the music out there, get it heard.
Yeah.
And all of that wonderful stuff. Now, where can they buy your music? Where do you have it out there?
It's out on Bandcamp. If you want to buy the music, you can buy it from Bandcamp. I haven't bothered with CDs, to be perfectly honest. I've done a short run of both the albums, mainly for like family and friends. One or two people have said, "Oh, can I have a copy?" So I've sent them a copy, but I've restricted it really to this, to the UK, because postage costs and all that sort of thing. And,
sure.
Trying to keep the price of it down. So if you want to buy it, you can buy it as digital download from Bandcamp. But other than that, it's on from tomorrow. My new album will be on all the streaming platforms.
Gotcha.
And my first album, Ghosts of My Past, again, it's on Bandcamp if you wanted to buy it, or it's on all the major streaming platforms as well.
Okay. Now, Stefan is saying that he has friends, and we have our chat room open on stlhits.com. So if anybody wants to get in on the action, do it quick. Because what time is it?
It's
we've got about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes left of the show.
So he's saying that he's friends with people in Wales that run the pub circuit. So you could get in contact with him, or with that type of, I guess, with his friends through us. So if you're interested,
definitely. I mean, I'm on all the normal social media channels as well. Just put in Ade Winding, you find me. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those.
It's Ade Winding, ADE Winding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to try to spell it. I'm terrible at spelling. We all know it.
He can't speak half the time,
Yeah, it's just wild with an ING on the end, so it's easy enough.
There you go.
Do we want to play? Do we want to play his other song?
With Crying to the Sky?
Yeah, that's there's a little story about this one. I actually I wrote this probably when I was about 16, and when my children came along, I used to sing it to them. So it's always been floating around in the back of my mind, and I had to tell it off my daughter because I didn't put it on the first album. But it was only, I just had a couple of lines and a little bit of a melody, so I've updated it and put it on the second album for her.
Now, is that the name of the song or the name of the album?
The name of the song is "Crying to the Sky,"
and here it goes.
The name of the album is "Better Late Than Never."
That's what I say.
So, Crying to the Sky by Ade Winding. We're back.
Yay!
Yay! Well, don't sound too excited.
Hey, are you staying awake for us, Ade?
Yes, I'm fine.
we know there's a huge time difference over there,
Mm-hmm.
and we was talking about moving the show to like 6 o'clock in the evening. And I told her, I said, well, if we do that, we never get anybody on because everybody we've been getting on is from over in Europe right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just coming up to midnight. It's called, well, 10, yeah, nearly 10 to midnight now. So, yeah, it's past my bedtime, but I don't mind staying up for you guys.
Oh, we appreciate it. For us goofballs over here.
I need my beauty sleep.
I think we all do.
Yeah, it's going to be an early night for us too, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway,
It's been a long day already, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Today has.
Right.
It's been a long day.
now
Yeah.
she sent you an email address for Stefan through Skype that you can contact him through there, so that you guys can talk back and forth if you want to.
Right, yeah.
Stefan is a producer, a director, and artist, and he's worked in Hollywood for many, many years. And he's a friend of the station, and he's sort of a consultant of STL Hits as well.
He's a man of many artistic abilities.
Oh, smashing. I'll give him, yeah, I'll send him an email then.
Yeah, so if he
Yes.
says he can contact or connect you with somebody, he can.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, I'll do that. That's great. Thanks for your help. Yes, every little bit of help is appreciated.
Oh, we know about every little bit of help is appreciated.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we created this show, is so that we could help independent artists get heard.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, to be honest, I was quite new to Twitter. Once I'd released my album, I was like, well, how do I get it out there to people? And I unfortunately, I've had to retire from work early because of health, so I couldn't afford for any promotion. So I do everything myself, literally. So I joined Twitter, and there's such a fantastic family on Twitter. Independent artists,
so
and we all
great.
support each other, and it's great. There, apart from one or two idiots, which they get told straight away. So
Well, you're always going to get one or two idiots in every crowd.
you always do, don't you? But the vast majority are actually fantastic people. I've made so many, what I would call now friends on there. So yeah, it's brilliant. It really is, and I'll make sure, obviously, that I pass your details around as well, because I'm sure there's quite a few of them would like to get onto your show as well.
Oh, yeah. And, after this show, we're going to put your songs in rotation. So, they'll be on the station.
Oh, that's lovely. That's great. Thanks.
Listen to STL Hits, you'll hear your stuff.
That's right.
I will do.
Yeah. And then we also do, to let you know, we do a replay Saturday. So we'll be doing this show again Saturday at 6 p.m.
All right, yeah.
And the podcast versions of the show, for the podcast, because of all the copyright problems nowadays, we cut the music out of the podcast and just do the interviews on the podcast. So the podcast versions are available everywhere. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, anywhere you have a podcast. And the live radio station, you can carry with you in your pocket on some of the apps like radio.net, Live 365, Radio, which is RADDIO. I don't know how to pronounce it. And Streama, Simple Radio app.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few more, and I don't really have that information in front of me. But you can hear STL Hits anywhere and everywhere.
That's amazing, isn't it? Who would have thought all those years ago that independent radios could get out there and just be heard everywhere. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's fantastic the way, and like we were talking before, of being able to talk to so many different people of different cultures, different everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
and, another good thing that comes from Twitter as well is that there's a lot of artists who will actually collaborate with each other. They might be from totally different musical genres or whatever, and it's quite exciting. Some of the stuff that comes from it is really great. There's some friends of mine that live up in Sheffield, it's the north of the UK, have just released a single with a guy called Mike whose handle who calls himself the Godzilla Attacks Tokyo, I think it is. And
I
They-
saw him actually on
Yeah,
Twitter,
he's
I
a great
think.
guy, Mike. He's a lovely guy, and they've just released a single now, which is called I think I don't want to wake up dead in America. I think it's called.
Well, neither do I.
It's literally just been released, and I listened to it this evening. Yeah, it's really good. There's
Oh,
like
that's
say, I think there's a lot of this happening. You get so many collabs all over the place, and it's great. It's quite exciting, really.
And that's the way you grow. You know, that's the way you grow
Yeah,
as
yeah,
artists,
that's
as
right. Of
people.
course,
As,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's the one good thing that speaking to 99% of the artists out there, that's one thing that they're all determined to do, myself included, is to get better at what we do. You know,
Yes.
I mean, I know I'm never going to make any money out of doing this. You know, I'm still in the red for making my first album, but it's something I love doing, and I'll keep doing it until I can't do it anymore. But I'm determined that every song I do gets better. You know, the next one's going to be better.
It's
So-
feeding the soul. Is what
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
right. That's right.
Well, you know, I say all the time, creative people have to have a creative outlet, and it
Yeah.
depends on what you go toward as a creative outlet. See, with Nina, she likes to paint and do different crafts and do different sculptor type things, and
Yeah.
I do mosaics and work
Mosaics
with clay and
and-
stuff.
Nice.
and with me, it's this radio show. It's being able to talk to
Yeah.
people like you. You know, that's my creative outlet. We're all creative people.
Yeah, that's right. It's like you say, it's it's good for the soul, definitely. I mean,
Oh,
I do a
absolutely.
little bit of drawing and sketching, and I'm not particularly proficient at it, but you know, I had a serious injury years ago and nearly lost my leg. I was off work for 3 years. I couldn't walk for a year, and the only thing that kept me sane was that I just picked up some pens and some paper and I was drawing, and I'd start drawing at like 2 in the afternoon, and the next thing you know, it'd be 3 o'clock in the morning.
Time
But,
flies
you know,
like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It just flies, but it kept me going, you know. So
Yes.
and it's the same now with my music. I haven't had a particularly good few years, but the music's kept me going.
That's good. That's good. We're glad to hear that. And we look forward to what you're going to do next.
Good.
Yes, and absolutely. We would love to have you back on in a couple of months, you know.
I'd love to come back on. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah, see where you're at, and just check in with you.
touch base. That's the word that I was trying.
We're talking about having a mass show. It'll be a 2-hour show. It'll be like
Yeah.
a mid-season type show where we're going to invite everybody that we've interviewed in the last few months. We're going
Right.
to invite everybody back at one time and just have a party.
Oh, that'll be cool. I'm up for that.
That'd be fun. You're up for that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That way you all can talk and get to know each other, and it'll just be a great conversation about music and whatever
Yeah.
else
Make
else
some
pops up.
friends.
We usually talk about food. We talk a lot about food for some reason.
Oh well, I love my food as well.
All the time we talk about food.
Yeah. Well.
But
If we're not eating, we're talking.
we are out of time for today's show, though.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
Ade,
that's it.
thanks for coming on. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah, we're glad you
Pleasure.
can make it.
Really has.
So you have sweet dreams, and we will hopefully see you in the chat room on STL Hits Saturday during the Saturday replay.
Saturday at 6 p.m. Be
Central
there,
Time.
be square.
That's my rugby match is on at that time, so I'm
Oh.
afraid I won't be able to make it. But I will log in on another show, definitely.
Rugby. That's what is that? Like our football almost?
Yeah, kind of. It's
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah,
rougher.
kind of. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
sports. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cross between American football and hockey. There's a lot of fighting, I think.
Oh, they used to be. It's clean up a bit now, but
Oh,
it's
is
the
it?
biggest. It's the biggest sport in Wales. So
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming on the Daddy Marinina Show on STL Hits.
thank you very much for having me. Take care, both of you. It's been a pleasure.
Have a good night.
And you. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.